In this particular experiment, we will be trying to determine the wavelength of laser using an ordinary steel scale, and this steel scale will be functioning as equivalent to a diffraction grating or diffraction element. So to understand the theory, I have drawn a diagram here. So this darkened line out here is basically the steel scale, and I have marked 2 points on the scale which is marked as B and C, points B and C. It is equivalent to the separation between 2 lines on the steel scale. If you are using a centimeter scale, assume that this D is equal to 1 mm, or the separation between the 2 lines on a centimeter scale. And this is the part where the laser is coming and hitting the steel scale at almost a grazing angle. What do you mean by grazing angle? Basically, this value of alpha, which is drawn here, is an extremely small angle. So the laser light is coming and striking the steel scale in this direction, and after getting diffracted or scattered, the rays will be going along this trajectory, and they will form a spot if the interference condition is satisfied. Okay. Now, in case the steel scale was not there, this straight line would have come and struck here and created a direct spot on the screen. Okay. So this is in the same direction as the incident laser B. Now this is a screen. That screen is kept at a distance capital L from the steel scale, which is shown here. Okay. So if you draw a straight line from the steel scale, that straight line would have intersected the screen at this point, which is marked by this dashed line. Now from the theory, from the diagram, what we can see is that there is a optical path difference between the 2 rays. Okay. So in our case, the optical path difference is basically, you can see this perpendicular line drawn here, and this is a perpendicular line drawn here. The optical path difference between these 2 rays which are coming and striking is nothing but AC, the optical path difference AC minus BD. So that is what is given written here. The path difference between the 2 rays, which is showing here, is nothing but AC minus BD. Since this angle is beta, this angle is also going to be beta because they are parallel to each other. Okay. So these angles are betas in both cases. Same way, this angle out here, which you are seeing here, that angle is nothing but alpha. So from alpha and beta values, and knowing that this distance is nothing but d, AC is nothing but d cos alpha, and BD is nothing but d cos beta. So that is what I have written here. So the path difference is AC minus BD, which is nothing but d cos alpha minus d cos beta, which works out to be equal to d into cos alpha minus cos beta. Okay. Now, if this path difference gives rise to a constructive interference, then you should have it satisfying this relation d cos alpha minus cos beta is equal to n lambda, which is basically the condition. Now, if you have zeroth order spot, let's in the diagram, let's assume that the zeroth order spot is happening here. So if you have zeroth order spot, what it means is basically the values of alpha and beta will be the same. That means angle of incident should be equal to angle of reflection for zeroth order spot. Okay. Now that is what I have mentioned here. For zeroth order spot, beta is equal to alpha. That is, angle of incidence is equal to angle of diffraction. So from the diagram, if this is a zeroth order position and it is at an height of y naught, then cos beta is basically this angle, is nothing but square root of 1 minus sine squared beta, and since beta is same as alpha, wherever beta was there, I have written it as alpha. So from the diagram you can see that that is approximately equal to square root of 1 minus y naught by L whole square, because sine alpha is approximately equal to tan alpha for alpha very small. So that's the reason why I have put it as y naught, you can see it here, y naught divided by L, which is nothing but tan beta. So instead of sine alpha, I have put it as sine squared alpha, I have put it as y naught by L whole squared. Now if you Taylor expand this, then you'll see that this cos alpha is approximately equal to 1 minus half into y naught by L whole square. If you consider the nth order spot, that is here, then tan beta is corresponding to yn divided by L, and that is the reason why for nth order spot cos beta is going to be equal to square root of 1 minus sine squared beta, which is going to be equal to square root of 1 minus yn by L whole square. The only difference between these two equations is that instead of y naught, here you have a yn. So this also, as before, will approximate to 1 minus half into yn minus L whole square, which I call it as equation 4, and the previous equation I called it as equation 3. Now what we are going to do is substituting these two equations, equations 3 and 4, in equation 2. Equation 2 is basically, you can see it here, that is d cos alpha minus cos beta is equal to n lambda. So when I substitute these two equations there, what I am going to get is basically d into 1 minus half y naught by L whole square minus 1 minus half yn by L whole square. That should be equal to n lambda. So if you expand this, I will get this expression, d divided by 2L squared into yn squared minus y naught squared times is equal to n lambda. Rearranging with, we will get this very important relation, lambda is equal to d divided by 2L squared into yn squared minus y naught squared divided by n being the order of the spectrum. Okay. Now the question is basically in the diagram, we will not know precisely where this point is going to be. So what we do is, after the experiment is over, you just remove the scale and find out the position of the direct spot. Okay? And you have also already marked all the higher order terms in the screen. Okay? y0, y1, y2, y3, etc. Whatever spots you have, the directions of all of them have been plotted. So now what you are going to do is, you find out the zeroth order spectrum, you find out the position of the direct spot, and find out the difference between these two. This difference you call it as h naught. Okay? That is zeroth order spectrum difference, direct spot position, that is going to be h, and the midway between these two will be the direction which you would have got if the scale was kept, if the direction is drawn directly from the scale. So this distance is going to be h naught by 2, and y naught is nothing but h naught by 2, that you cannot see automatically. So from everywhere you can measure whatever the spot you have out here, you will be able to find out what is the value of yn for everything, all the spots. So this is what is marked in your tabular column. When you look at the tabular column, you will see there is a quantity called as h naught mentioned. That h naught is basically the difference between these two ends. Okay? And h naught by 2 is half the distance. So please notice these things. Now you have this expression here. Using this expression, we will be finding out how much is the wavelength of the laser which we have given you.